Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box, episode 82. And this is your Game Week 5 review, coming to you about a week later than expected. But after all of last weekend's Premier League games were postponed, it meant that there weren't enough Premier League teams in action this week to constitute a game week. So the points that those Premier League teams scored, those 6 Premier League teams that competed in Europe during the week, the points that they scored last week will be rolled over into this week, which is game week 6. This is your game week 5 review. And we have the game week 5 winners and losers, the FFFL Cup review. How many predictions did we get right? Banter of the week and a manager of the season update. That quiz question that was set a fortnight ago now. Did anyone get it right? 3 possible manager of the season points were on offer. So your game week 5 winners, take a bow. Sarah Simons, Poppy's Players, climbed a place up to 8th in the league table. The highest she's been since the 8th of October 2021. Almost a year since Sarah's been as high as 8th in the league table. Take a bow also. Tyler Bounds, Sweet Foden Lion FC. He climbed a place to 3rd. And in this, his 2nd season in the Family Fantasy Football League, he's never ever been as high as 3rd in the Family Fantasy Football League table. Take a bow also, Greece Lightning's Alexi Lagos climbed 5 places in game week 5 up to 7th. He was the biggest climbers at the week. And there was Alexi, who had already written off his season after his poor start, but he's definitely back in amongst it. But your biggest game week 5 winner, take a bow, Ardent Diamonds Steve Holmes. He became the first manager this week to record a 2nd weekly win of the season when he scored 102 points in game week 5. And he tops the table for the first time since the 16th of August 2020. Over 2 years since the number 1 rated manager in the Family Fantasy Football League has been top of the table. 1 manager of the season point to all of those managers. Your game week 5 losers, hang your head in shame. Thames Ironworks FC manager Darren Ravel fell another 2 places in game week 5 to 23rd. He's never ever been as low as 23rd in the table in all of his time in the Family Fantasy Football League. Hide your head in shame also, Clockhouse Rangers manager, great Uncle George. He fell a place to 28th and were the joint lowest scorers in game week 5 with just 14 points. Hide your head in shame also, Norfolk and Chance FC's Angela Addis. She fell 2 places down to 31st, and that's her lowest ever position in all of her time in the Family Fantasy Football League. I should mention Georgie's fall to 28th was the lowest ever he's been in his 27 previous seasons in the Family Fantasy Football League. And the biggest game week 5 loser, well, hold your head in shame, Mops Hoxby's I've Got a Life. Mops fell a place to the bottom of the table, 32nd. Mops has been in the Family Fantasy Football League for all 28 seasons. She's never ever been as low as 32nd before. Where they had manager of the season points, those 4 are losing them. So, game week 5 saw the Family Fantasy Football League Cup results, and these are the results. Poppy's Players beating league leaders Ardent Diamonds was the biggest shock from Group 1. Never the Boys in Group 1 beat Pez United. Never the Boys slowly starting to turn his awful season around. Legends 23 saw off debut manager Dial Square FC in Group 2. And Wolverhampton FC, as predicted, comfortably beat I've Got a Life FC. Group C, Foxborough Foxes destroyed Thames Ironworks FC, just to compound the awful season they're having. And debut managers Abs FC, H himself beat Ted and Sam Jr. as a former FFFL Cup winner. In Group 4, Ostrich Bar Stewards unsurprisingly saw off Norfolk and Chance FC, and Better Than the Diamonds beat No Happy Endings. Group 5 saw Greased Lightning turn things around as they beat third place Sweet Foden Line FC. And Bantonio Conte's Barmy Army proved me wrong. I predicted Hatch United would win that one, but it was debut manager Bantonio Conte's Barmy Army who saw off Hatch United. Group 6, I thought it might be a draw, but Coldplay United just beat Napoli by a point, 24-23. Gobi Desert Canoe Club, unsurprisingly seeing off Lyndon's Lovelies, who was struggling in the league. In Group 7, the Big Knobs surprised everyone by beating Megan Hoxlade Chamberlain despite his lowly position in the league. But against all the odds, debut manager On the Buses beat Sash Hammers FC. How embarrassing for Wayne losing that one. And in Group 8, the tie of the round, Benny United saw off the Creed Bratton Society, the Mad Hatter himself losing his opening cup game, and Chairman's Choice, as predicted, beat Clockhouse Rangers fairly comfortably. The match day 2 of the group stage of the Family Fantasy Football League Cup takes place in the first fall Premier League fixture weekend in October. Now, Banter of the Week, and I just made reference to it then when I predicted that Bantonio Conte's Barmy Army would lose to Hatch United in the Cup, and when he didn't, he posted this on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group. Watching Jeff predict a loss for the Bantonio Contes in the FFFL Cup. I am not in danger, Jeff. I am the danger. A guy submits his team and takes an L, and you think that of me? No, I am the one who hands them out. Well, Breaking Bad reference is inevitably going to get you a Manager of the Season point, and that was the Banter of the Week. One Manager of the Season point to Bantonio Conte's Barmy Army, Niall Ponsford. Liking your work there, Niall. Now, the quiz question last week, who holds the record for the worst ever title defence in Family Fantasy Football League history? I set this question after last year's champion Hatch United have had a woeful start to the season and are currently in danger of setting a new record for the worst ever title defence. You would get one Manager of the Season point if you can name me the manager who got the worst ever, who holds the record for the worst ever title defence. And providing you got the manager correctly, you would also earn a bonus point if you could tell me the year that they made that woeful defence of the title and where they finished in the league. But to get either of those bonus points, you first had to get the manager right. You couldn't fluke the season they did it or where they finished and have the wrong manager. You had to get the manager right first. 4 managers had a go at the question this week. Sweet Foden Lions FC Tyler Bown didn't bother with the bonus questions. He just predicted that the manager who holds the record for the worst ever title defence was Thames Ironworks FC's Darren Revell. Well, Darren Revell has won the title on 2 occasions, but in the following season he did not make the worst ever attempt at defending his title. Benny United manager Mark Benwell predicted that the manager who holds the record for the worst ever title defence was Steve Holmes in 2017 when he finished 9th. Well, unfortunately, Mark, Steve Holmes wasn't defending the title in 2016-2017. He didn't win the league the previous year, and he didn't finish 9th that season. Hatch United manager Neil Hatch also predicted that it was Steve Holmes. He has won the title on 4 occasions, who holds that record. Neil predicted that it was the 2003-2004 season when Steve set that record, and he finished 14th. Well, Steve was defending the title in 2004, but he didn't finish 14th, Neil. He finished 15th. And Steve Holmes himself had a go at this question, and he also predicted that it was him that set the record in the 2004 season when he finished 15th. Now, Steve did finish 15th in 2004, the years after winning the title. But I can tell you that he doesn't hold the record for the worst ever title defence. So no points dished out there. This means that the manager of the season table looks like this, or at least the top 10. Loads of other managers have points lower down. Alexi Lagos moved up to joint second for being a game week 5 winner. Angela Addis slipped down to joint 7th for being a game week 5 loser. Lots of other movement lower down in the table, but that's the top 10 currently, with Benny United manager Mark Benwell bidding to become the first manager to be crowned manager of the season on 3 occasions. He's currently the only manager to be crowned manager of the season twice. He is top, but he's only a point clear of the rest. And even those people who are not currently in that top 10 can break into the top 10, because Banter in the Box Family Fantasy Football League quiz question is rolling over as nobody got it right. Can you tell me who holds the record for the worst ever title defence in Family Fantasy Football League history? You will get 2 Manager of the Season points if you can tell me which manager holds the record. And providing you give me the correct manager, you can also get 4 Manager of the Season points from the 2 bonus questions if you can name me the year or the season that they, either one will do, that they defended that title so poorly. You'll get 2 Manager of the Season points. And if you can tell me where they finished, you will get 2 Manager of the Season points. We know it wasn't Thames Ironworks FC who hold that record. We know it's not Arden Diamonds manager Steve Holmes who holds that record. Can you tell me who it is for 2 points? The year they did it for another 2 points, and where they finished for another 2 points. Now, it's the international break next weekend, which means after Monday night's games, I can do an update or a game week 6 update. So the next Banter in the Box video it may not, but it may come quite quickly. So don't leave it too long to get your answers in. But as always, you only get 1 guess between the Banter in the Box videos, so don't go too early. And just a pre-warning, FFFL HQ closes from the 25th of September until the 8th of October. Now, kind of handy that it coincides with the international break next weekend, so there's not going to be any update due. But as for that first weekend in October, you're going to have to wait about a week to hear those results. Now, you can make transfers during that time. You'll just have to wait until I get back to know whether those transfers are valid or not. If they are valid, then I'll backdate them. If they're not valid, then tough. But yeah, just a pre-warning that we will be closed between the 25th of September and the 8th of October. That is it for this week. I will see you soon for the next edition of Banter in the Box. But until then, take care.